I think it's pretty safe to say that by far one of the most mysterious aspects of the Star Wars sequel trilogy has all to do with Rey's lineage and specifically her parents in these movies that will be explained in Star Wars Episode 9 by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one thing that a lot of people are really looking forward to seeing in this movie is, of course, exactly how J.J. Abrams is going to utilize all of the different twists and turns that are related to some of the major characters, like Kylo Ren, Luke Skywalker, and, of course, Rey, the main character, the main hero in the actual movie, that will also bring a close to the Skywalker saga. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film. When it all comes down to one of the set leaks, this is where things begin to get very interesting, that points to the true identity of Rey's mother in Star Wars Episode 9. Now, specifically, it's described that one of the scenes that were shot during the month of October over at Cardington included a young actress playing a young Rey for a flashback scene where it's described that she was acting inside of a tent in front of an unnamed actress in a white dress. It's described that the woman in the white dress is Rey's mother in the film, and that her parents will be vital as a part of the story in Episode 9. The costume design of Rey's mother was dubbed as Melinza Rolia Sella's COTF outfit. It said that Rey's mother's character will have a role in the second act of the film. Another sequence that was shot included Daisy Ridley entering the Lost City in a cave full of crystals, where it's described to be a scene in which Daisy was instructed to react to voices of her mother. The sequence was dubbed as Melinza Welcomes Rey. So what's really intriguing about this name is that there's a first, middle, and last name, being of course Melinza Rolia Sella. So Melinza, of course, spelled M-A-L-I-N-Z-A, middle name, of course, being Rolia, R-O-L-I-A, and the last name being Sella, S-E-L-L-A. Now, the thing that really gets me is the COTF outfit. Now, we've been hearing about how Rey's mother is somewhat connected to the Church of the Force. Without a doubt, no hesitation at me saying this, COTF most definitely stands for Church of the Force in Star Wars Episode 9, without a doubt. Now, the thing here is this. We do know that Rey's parents are going to play a vital role in the second act of the movie. It's exactly why it was being played around with by Rian Johnson in The Last Jedi and teased that in the cave sequence, of course, in Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. So now that J.J. Abrams is, of course, changing certain elements of the character of Rey, and specifically her parents, and will be exploring more elements of her past, you can only imagine what J.J. wants to do with this character. Now, given that this movie is going to be a longer Star Wars film than the usual Star Wars movie, which could very well be a hint that this is going to be the longest Star Wars film in history, it's very possible. However, I want to go over one thing that really does stand out to me, is that it's actually described that during the month of October, of this scene that was shot at Cardington, it included a young actress playing a young version of Rey. Now, I'm starting to wonder, is this the same exact actress that we saw in the flashback in The Force Awakens returning in Episode 9? You know, of course, she's going to be older. That was back in 2014 when they were filming Episode 7. So, are they going to get that same exact actress that played a young kid Rey back in Episode 9, or is this a brand new actress for Star Wars Episode 9? And the other thing that I do want to go over is how it's actually described to be an unnamed actress playing, of course, Rey's mother in Episode 9. So I'm starting to believe that maybe, you know, Keri Russell most likely is not Rey's mother in this movie. I know that a lot of people are hoping that would be the case, which, hey, there's still a possibility. I mean, in a very strange way, if you look at both Keri and Daisy, they have a very similar look. You know, Keri looks like she could have been cast as Rey's mother, but we do know that she is playing a character named Zori, and she's more around the lines of a bounty hunter from what we can tell so far in Episode 9. So, Rey's mother and Rey's father playing a vital role in the second act of the movie most definitely falls directly in line with Rey's personal mission that will be an important part of course, Episode 9, where she goes to this desert world in the movie, which may or may not be the planet of Jakku. It could be another planet for all we know, but we do know that this desert world, wherever she goes, is indeed the location of the Lost City, and we're not quite sure exactly if it's Jakku, if it's Tatooine, if it's maybe a different world that's being introduced in this film. We're not quite sure and are for certain yet. But like I say, guys, very interesting how Rey's mother is described to have a white dress, and I think it also explains as to why we hear a female voice reaching out to Rey in the Mirror Cave sequence in The Last Jedi and on Takodana when Kylo Ren is seeking Rey out inside of the woods. So if you guys listen very carefully in those two scenes in The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, you will hear a female voice reaching out to Rey saying, Rey. So, that being said, guys, let me know what you think about all this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.